Yo, this is the Sports Dummies podcast. It's your boy Vinny Zamp. What's up? Who am I speaking to?
Phanatic. Hold on, I gotta do it in the British accent.
It's Phanatic. It's Phanatic. If you're gonna do it right. Phanatic. Anyway, yo, this is basically the free agency podcast. If you want to listen to us talk about all the free agent signings, go listen to something else. Go listen to the Joe Budden podcast. Go listen to what other podcasts are out there? Baseball Tonight with Buster Olney.
I'll promote the one that promotes us.
Promote? You mean promote?
Promote
the one that silent?
Yeah.
T and E promote.
I'll promote the one that promotes us. Matt Men.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Talk about it. Shout to them, right?
Yeah, shout out to them. If you are a wrestling fan and you like the kind of show that we run where it's not 100% serious, I mean, we are serious, but we have fun while being serious. That's definitely a wrestling podcast to listen to. A lot of accurate, good information. It's where I get all my information that I get from them. Anything that I need to know, want to know, I go check there for it. Definitely go check them out. They are on everywhere you can find us, you can find them, and other places you can find them. Just search Matt Men, Facebook group as well.
Okay, nice. We have a shitload to get to.
Yeah.
How many signings were there in the past, how many days? Probably we'll say the past week, just to give a rough estimate, right?
Yeah, a lot. Maybe
let's
we
just
can
go through them all. Man.
You want what we can do?
Obviously, we're going to talk about the big ones.
Yeah,
and then at the end, we'll talk about the smaller ones.
We can do. I was saying we can.
Let's talk about the biggest one. So, okay, go ahead.
I was going to say we can go through our list and just alternate players.
Now let's. All right, yeah. Well, I mean, we're just going to go through the list, regardless. I don't know. Is OBJ to the Browns the biggest one so far?
Well,
are we saying
that was a trade, but
trade? All right, but it's the biggest move. Okay. I mean, did you see this coming? I didn't see this coming, to be real. I mean, I heard the rumors, but I didn't think
that. Okay, because I seen previous to this deal, there was a post. I don't know where, social media outlet where, but I did see it somewhere that they were talking trades for OBJ with a team in the AFC North. They didn't say who.
Right.
My immediate reaction was it was Browns or Pittsburgh was trying to real quick replace Brown.
Right.
By trading what they got for Brown and another big piece, which
I can never see. I'm sorry to say this. I can never see OBJ in a Steelers uniform. Think about how that looks.
That would be so awkward. I don't know what it's gonna. I
can see with the Browns, but Steelers, it's weird, doesn't it? Hate to say it like that, but
they're not a franchise that gets star players like that. They usually go within. They don't usually go get a big time free agent like that.
Right, Le'Veon and Antonio Brown were molded.
Yeah.
From the draft. All right, so I'll detail the move. Odell Beckham Jr. and Olivier Vernon, Olivier Vernon, defensive end, traded by the Giants in exchange for safety Jabril Peppers, guard Kevin Zeitler, and 2 2019 draft picks. Round 1, number 17 overall, and round 3, number 95.
It's a solid third-round pick.
What, 95?
Yeah,
that's a high third round.
That's what I mean. It's a high third. It's almost like a second.
So, are the Giants stupid, or are they smart to get rid of OBJ? I feel like
they committed to the rebuild. I think they finally just said, you know what, we had to rebuild all over again because I feel like they just did this.
Because obviously they're going to get Haskins probably in the draft. They're going to draft the quarterback from Ohio State.
Well, reading the number one thing on my laptop right now, the Giants are committed to keeping Eli for 2019.
I know that, but I mean that's for a year, and then he's probably maybe they have him there just to kind of he's the starter, but mentor for Haskins or whatever.
I think the Chiefs, if anything, really set the idealistic setup for
Alex Smith
how you draft
Mahomes.
A quarterback and how you develop him. Give him that year. Because think about it.
Wasn't really the Chiefs, though? I mean, Packers in 06, 07, Aaron Rodgers,
but recently, but since then, how many teams have really drafted a quarterback and let him sit and not start? I can't tell you last time I watched besides Goff, but Goff played a little bit, but Goff, as we see in the Super Bowl.
I thought you were talking about the sport golf.
That's bad.
I'm sorry, bro. Goff and golf sound pretty similar. Anyway, go ahead.
And as we see about the Super Bowl, he's not really, I don't think he's the next level quarterback. He doesn't belong in the top 10, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 10, 9, 11, somewhere in there.
Well, McGough, yeah, he's between like 8 and 12, I'd say.
Yeah,
you
he's
put him
not
in that
top
range.
5.
He's
Put him
not.
in top 5.
Hell no.
Let's see that list.
Yeah, take away Gurley, take away C.J. Anderson, take away Cooks.
I mean, look what he did.
Cooper Kupp.
I'm sorry, but the performance in Super Bowl to me
It was awful.
Was disgusting.
Disaster. Yeah, not good at all. 3 points. I don't know what exactly his stats were in the Super Bowl. It was not good though.
I don't think so.
No, he's not better than Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
All right, let's move on to big deal number 2, Le'Veon Bell to the New York Jets.
So you know
thoughts,
what's funny?
sir, because of Mr. Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'll get your thoughts here.
You know what's funny?
Yes.
He came out and said, this is the money I want. That's why I left Pittsburgh. He went to the Browns.
You mean
not
the
Browns,
Jets?
The Jets. But the original price he wanted from Pittsburgh, no team wanted to give it to him.
Right, for sure.
Nobody wanted to pay him that much money.
I agree, though. I mean, a running back.
And if I'm not mistaken, see, I don't want to say, I'm almost 100% sure, yes, Pittsburgh did offer him more money than
the Jets.
But I think he made the commitment by sitting out all year.
Yeah, he just wanted to be that guy.
And at that point, that point, you can't turn around and be like, because
give me my money.
The Steelers did the same thing years prior to James Harrison. If you remember, they let him go. He wanted all this money.
Right.
Like, it might have been like a year or two after the Cardinals Super Bowl win.
Right.
He wanted all the money once his contract was up, and they were like, "No, bye, you're not worth it." Mm-hmm. He went to the Bengals. Halfway through the season, he got released and came back to the Steelers for less than the original money the Steelers were offering him.
It's karma, motherfucker. That's karma.
And it's showing right now with Le'Veon.
Yeah.
Le'Veon wanted all that money. Said, I know I can get this on the free agent market. Went to the free agent market, didn't get it, and now had to settle for less money because he could. And the worst part is, if he would have went to free agency or played the last year out, went to free agency this year, seen that he wasn't getting what he could have got, he might have been able to get money from Pittsburgh then, and he said, listen, okay, maybe I can't get what I wanted. What's the best we can do? And then he'd still get the money he wanted. I think, like you said, karma came back and got him because he thought he could guaranteed get it and went and hit the market.
I mean, what's the money he wanted? Do you know the specifics?
I don't know the specifics.
4 years, 52. Well, how much is that per year?
4 years, 52.
It's like 15?
12. It's like 12 something.
Yeah, it's like in between 10 and 15. Yeah.
Yeah, I did look.
Is that a lot for a running back? I guess it is.
It is a lot.
It definitely is. I mean,
I believe the offer from Pittsburgh was. What did he get from them? What did he get from? What did you just say he got?
4 years, 52.
I think they were 5 years, $70 million. Is I think Pittsburgh's offer.
So would have got more.
He would have got more. Yeah, that was Pittsburgh's top dollar, which is what's that? That's like 15. It's like $15 million a year. That is, I think, $15 million a year.
What? 7?
Yeah,
No.
70 is $70 million 5 years is $15 million a year. He would have got $15 million a year from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's $3 more million a year because he karma. But
I mean, look, Le'Veon's going to an offense who has Sam Darnold at quarterback,
who hasn't done anything. But
they picked up a few wide receivers, free agents: Josh Bellamy, Jamison Crowder.
Jameson Crowder's. I want to see what he does out of it away from that Washington environment. He was good in Washington.
He was good.
He had
in
the
Washington.
one great year, and then he just was a good receiver. But Washington hasn't. Well, this year they started out pretty good.
Mm-hmm. We'll see, dude. Yeah, Washington they started out the year really good, but different. The Eagles weren't expected.
To not
look, not to knock the Redskins because they were a good team at the start of the year. It's a shame that Alex Smith went down with that ugly injury, and he's probably not even playing this year.
I wouldn't be
probably not.
I would be surprised if he does,
or if he comes back.
I don't know if there even
is
a timetable on that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I mean,
he wants to play.
How do you expect Le'Veon to play in New York? Better numbers, same numbers, or worse numbers?
Honest opinion?
Yeah,
I don't think he finishes the season.
Do you mean like injuries?
I think he's going to get hurt, and I don't wish injury upon everybody.
Of course
and
not.
Please, nobody take this as me saying I want him to get hurt. I would love to see him stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for the sport.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe he's 26, 27.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find that for me.
Right now.
So we'll say he's 27.
27.
Yeah,
27.
okay, so 27. Get ready.
Just turned 27.
Oh yeah, okay. He was gonna say just had a birthday's around.
Yeah, a month ago.
Yeah. So he's 27 years old. So we'll say he started playing football at 5-6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The last 11 or 20 years of his life, he's been playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Now people can say he's working out, he's staying in shape. There's a difference between being in shape and being in football shape. Your body is getting
taking contact.
beat.
Right. For sure.
What's that? They say every collision in football is like a car accident.
Right.
Your body's, that's not working out, doesn't prepare your body for that.
Mm-hmm.
And your body's been used to that for 20 years. Your body doesn't take it for 1 year. Now you're trying to go back to doing it.
Rust.
I just don't think it's going to work out well for him, and I hope it doesn't. Or I hope it
does.
does.
Right.
I hope it does. Good for the sport.
For sure.
And I think, to be honest with you, his numbers in New York are not going to be better.
I agree.
Because teams can just solely lock down on him and load the box up.
And he doesn't have as good of an offense around him.
You
had Antonio Brown, you had Ben Roethlisberger, you had players.
Juju at one point was there with
Juju
him.
Was there. Yeah.
My thing is in Pittsburgh, most teams did their best to double Antonio. Mm-hmm. Then you had to get a corner on. You couldn't load the box versus Pittsburgh because you couldn't do any. Ben's a very experienced quarterback, in my opinion, Hall of Fame quarterback, 2 Super Bowl winning. I mean, very accomplished quarterback. Most defenses weren't going to trick him with crazy. Where you have Sam Darnold now, who's not experienced.
Sam Darnold, he wasn't that good last year. I'm gonna look up the numbers right now.
So you have that in an offense that is not crazy productive. I just think teams are gonna load the box up, come up with different blitzing schemes, some zone blitzes, some disguised safety blitzes, and really fool Darnold and really be able to.
This is his sophomore year too. I mean. Guys have sophomore slumps, and if he has a sophomore slump, he's not a good quarterback. I mean, last year, 17 touchdowns, 15 picks.
That's
average, whatever. 57
for a rookie. It's
58% completion percentage. 2,800 yards. Not the worst year, but
not
that good.
Not enough for me to sit here and say I'm investing in him and or him and Le'Veon Bell to carry that team to a division title.
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, it's year 2. We'll see. You never know. I agree with you. If you look at the numbers of running backs after the age of 26, I'm pretty sure the numbers start going down anyway.
Unless they're Adrian Peterson.
But Adrian Peterson's... I mean, Le'Veon Bell's a once in a lifetime as well. But Adrian Peterson's a big guy.
Different
Peterson, back.
Freak of nature.
Yeah, not to say Le'Veon isn't, but Adrian Peterson is
a different type animal.
I think his first year he might have had...
Dude, I think he's like 34 years old right now.
Yeah.
Adrian
and he had a
Peterson.
good year last year for Washington.
Unbelievable year. I had my fantasy.
Come on, bro. Come on. All right, let's move on to move number 3. Antonio Brown to the Oakland Raiders. This was reported a few days ago, I believe.
Yeah.
What are the thoughts here, bud? Your boy's gone.
He
was traded though. Can we say that? He was traded.
Yes, he was traded.
Let's detail it real quick. Traded by the Steelers in exchange for 2 2019 draft picks, round 3, number 66, round 5, number 141. Brown will sign a new contract with the Raiders for 3 years and $50.125 million with $30.125 guaranteed and a max value of $54.125 million. Got his money. Got a pay raise. Was being a spoiled little brat.
He's gonna he'll take a pay raise, but he's definitely gonna take a stat decline.
Okay, all right. So you're not a believer in Mr. Derek Carr?
It just goes back to it just goes back to the same comment as I made about him that I made about Bell. Carr's not a Hall of Fame quarterback like I think Ben is.
Right.
Carr's never had minus 1 year where I really felt like he is a top quarterback. I wouldn't even use the word elite.
3 years ago, he had an MVP.
That's what I said. I said 1 year. I said,
I thought you said.
No. That was the year.
Okay, just that one. Unfortunately, he went down, but he hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, and that's where I have a hard time with an offense. With this move, in my opinion, I don't know. I just feel like it's not a smart move for a guy who's trying to rebuild. I don't see why you would do something like
the Raiders?
this. Yeah.
Okay, for your saying...
By moving Mac Cooper.
Basically,
You've committed to a rebuild, in my opinion.
Still got those draft picks from the Cooper trade, too, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying is you committed to the... Are you trying to rebuild around Carr and Brown? Like, I don't know. I don't know why you go move to get a player like that when you're trying to rebuild. I mean,
I think that they're making the statement that they want not a contender, but they're going to try and compete this year. They're not going to be trying to rebuild. Yeah. You got Derek Carr, you got Antonio Brown. I mean,
but my thoughts though, are you admitting you made a mistake by letting Cooper and Mack go? Which I think they did.
No, they know they did, bro. What do you mean? They know they did. They replaced Amari Cooper with a better wide receiver. Trent Brown, offensive tackle. I think he's a Pro Bowl offensive tackle, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave him 4 years, $66 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for offense. I think that might be a record offense. I think I heard that on NFL Live today. It might be a record for offensive tackle. You got 36.75 guaranteed. Now, the year Derek Carr had that MVP season, he had a really good offensive line. They just added a Pro Bowl offensive tackle. You just added a top 3 receiver all time, right?
I don't know about all time right now.
Right now, top 10 all time. Okay, yeah. On pace to be top 5 all time.
Yeah, without a doubt.
A lot.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Right, regardless of that, currently he's a superstar.
Yes.
You're adding a superstar wide receiver to your team. You're giving Derek Carr the weapons.
Yeah.
Is still Marshawn Lynch there?
I don't know.
He's like 50 now, I feel like. You know what I mean?
He's another similar to Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
He's another
freak.
Not Adrian. I don't think anybody's going to ever touch Adrian Peterson as far as that freak of natureness. The numbers he's putting up at 30-plus years old.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous.
But that being said, that defense has really taken a step back in Oakland.
Oh, no crap, Khalil Mack.
I just don't think they have the same team. I don't know.
They just signed safety Lamarcus Joyner. Gave him a 4-year, $42 million contract. That's a good amount of money.
Yeah,
so, that's 10.5 a year.
You know what I think?
Safety.
It just, to me, it seems like the vibe I'm getting from this is they're trying to like rebuild without committing to a complete rebuild.
I was gonna say, like, it's like they're in the middle. It's like, you want to win or do you want to rebuild, or do you just at least want to have a is this the last year before they go to Vegas?
I think they got 1 or 2 more years.
Maybe they want to at least compete a little bit before they go to Vegas. I don't know.
What do you want to do then? Do you want to be the last wild card team in the playoffs and then lose in the first round to a top team, or maybe
because they're not a Super Bowl contender?
Oh, and my thing is, and you're not on pace to do it without. I don't know. I just don't see their.
Look, it all depends on how Derek Carr plays. To be real.
Yeah, well, that's what it'll come down to. See with him, like you said, with some
weapons.
Some strength of the offensive line, a big-time weapon, and
wide receiver.
But my thing is, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong, Brown and Cooper are 2 different animals, without a doubt.
Yeah. Mark Cooper's still a good wide receiver.
But, he's still a good wide receiver.
Yeah. But they did trade him last year, mid-season.
That's what I'm saying, because his numbers were bad, but are we blaming the receiver? But look what he did in Dallas. And I hate to say it.
Dak Prescott isn't that good of a quarterback.
And
Dak Prescott is a very average quarterback.
I would even, average. It's
very average.
So this is my question now at this point is, who's the problem in Oakland? We'll have to see.
We'll see. No, this is going to be it, bro. This is going to be the year. All right, let's get to the next big, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's big. I guess Nick Foles getting his money.
The money is the big thing here.
In beautiful Jacksonville.
Good for
80-degree weather, sunshine every day.
Did you see the article that he came out with, the thank you to Philly?
I didn't, but
I'm
sure he
did.
did.
Facebook. You have to watch it or read it. It's great.
Dude, a max value, $102 million.
Good for him.
Great for him.
You know what's funny, though?
He deserves
it. I love Nick.
What?
He might not take that team to the playoffs.
I don't care. I don't give a crap. I wish the best of luck to him. You know what I mean? But it's going to be weird to see him, like, if he does take a team to the playoffs, what if they just get on a run?
I'll root for him.
What if it was the Super Bowl against the Eagles?
Don't root for the Eagles, obviously.
Would you be mad, though, if they won?
No, I'd say good for Nick. I mean, I'd be upset, but good for Nick.
It'd be weird.
It would be, but again, it comes down back to when I said this
Hopefully.
And somebody, this was said somewhere else. Yeah, what'd you just do?
Knock on wood. Yeah, just hopefully it doesn't happen. We have to play Jacksonville in the Super Bowl.
But it comes back to what somebody had said elsewhere. I've heard it elsewhere, so this is not a direct quote from me. But they said, would you rather see, or 3 years from now, if you're playing the, we'll say, Jaguars in the Super Bowl, and it's Carson Wentz out there and he beats you, what's your thought going to be? Damn, that was our guy. Look what just happened. And what do we just say if it's Nick Foles? I'd be happy for Nick. So I'm glad the Eagles went that way.
I'd be happy for Foles, but
it would hurt. But you're like, in the other end, it's like that.
That man took us, and what? Not took us, but I mean, yeah, for the most part.
I know he took us.
He won. I mean, it wasn't the whole season, but
he won a lot. Very important games.
The very clutch, important games.
He came through when we needed a backup to come through, which doesn't always happen.
No, it does not. Now the backup is Nate Sudfeld.
Speaking of big signings, which that's not.
We got to break something. We about to break something?
No, not
even though this podcast isn't live.
Yeah, this is live.
Yes.
Tevin Coleman to the 49ers. Did you see that?
That's new.
No, I mean this was happened earlier today, I believe.
Okay, we're gonna get there.
Okay. You're going in your order. Oh, I thought we were moving past Foles. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Continue.
You're okay. I know.
My sincerest apology.
No, it's fine. So what are we expecting from Foles this year for Jacksonville? Does he finish the season for Jacksonville? That's how you said Le'Veon wasn't going to finish?
Yeah, I'll finish it. He's not an injury guy. He's tough.
He got an injury in the past?
Yeah, but I think he's a tougher guy. And he didn't sit out.
Older? He's 31, 30.
It'll help him having a guy like Fournette to just say, here, take a lot of the workload off of him.
Still going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah, but he's good at getting the ball out of his hands quick. And he has a run threat that makes it easy for him to do that. I think if Jacksonville runs a lot of that similar RPO things that the Eagles ran with him, it'll be really effective.
I mean, their defense was still their ML, I feel like, even though they weren't that good last year. We'll see this year.
I thought they were going to be a big threat when they got a big-time quarterback like I think Nick is a strong quarterback. I don't know if I
strong
call him
quarterback.
Big-time, strong quarterback.
Better than Goff?
Yes. I actually believe that wholeheartedly. That Goff is not.
So you feel like if he was on the Rams, they would have won the Super Bowl? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah,
without a doubt. I will say
dumb
that.
question?
Yeah, that was very
sports dummy question.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I crowned you a dummy.
All right, let's get to the next. What's the next? What was the next big signing?
I mean, big didn't Tyrann Mathieu a big one.
Okay, yeah, he went to he went from the Texans to the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that
correct?
correct?
That's big, right?
They did. Yeah, Tyrann Mathieu.
Don't they still have Eric Berry?
Yes.
Oh, so they're loaded. They're loaded at safety then, aren't they?
No, they released Berry. I'm
okay.
just reading now.
So you're replacing with
released safety Eric Berry at the start of the new year. The move comes from comes with the team set to add Tyrann Mathieu, who agreed to a 3-year, $42 million contract. Wow, that's a lot of money. But Tyrann Mathieu's a hell of a get.
He's a really only problem is injury prone is torn his ACL twice, I believe.
Yeah.
Only issue. But you're getting him in his prime years,
and you're getting you're dropping healthy contract money with Berry, who's not in his best years.
Right.
I mean, they're past him.
Yeah, but good sign nonetheless. One of the best safeties in the league. Let's get to the birds. Let's be homers real quick. Brandon Graham re-signed on 3-year contract extension worth $40 million. How do we feel? I feel like he got a little bit overpaid, but go ahead. I mean, he's a Philadelphia hero. You know, strip sack in the Super Bowl, great defensive end. But what do you think?
He earned his money in the playoff run, that late season run. I believe me and you talked about this.
Because he wasn't that good in there.
We were supposed to actually talk about this. It's funny, because I think I just deleted off of the notes. About how great he was playing, and his contract was due up at the end of the season. And I wanted to say whether he was earning it or not, and I thought he was, and I still feel like he earned the money. He played strong. He made a lot of an impact in a lot of big moments. For me to sit here and at this moment pull up his stats through like those last couple games, I don't have them, but I just know from watching the games he was an impactful player.
You didn't need the stats
in that playoff run to where I think he earned the money.
Yeah.
I do think a little bit of money did get.
Yeah, a little extra.
Extra because, as you said, he is.
But a lot of these players get overpaid in free agency anyway. To be honest,
it's a lot of fear of who else is.
Yeah, exactly. You want to give the guys money. You don't want them to go somewhere else. You know what position you need. So you're going to overpay. That's going to happen.
And I take that overpay because, what do you think about them letting Bennett go?
You know what? Bennett, as much as he was a good player, there was something weird. I don't know if the vibe I was catching, just the way,
what killed
the culture.
me
I don't
his
know
quote
if he fit.
Right before he got traded. They
say?
traded him. They didn't release him.
It's something about his contract, right?
He said, "I'm not looking to take a pay cut. If anything, I want a pay raise."
Yeah,
But they had him for another year, I believe. They had one more year with him.
Yeah.
But I think
it wasn't a 1-year deal.
I think it was
I think you're right. Well, because they traded him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's fine. I would have traded. I would have done the same thing.
Right.
Get what you can get for him and move on.
You can get younger defensive players in the draft.
And you have Barnett coming back.
You just got Malik Jackson, defensive tackle. We'll talk about that in a second. I want to go back to Brandon Graham though because I felt like I'm surprised. I thought he was going to go somewhere else. I thought he was done in Philly.
Yeah, I thought he would have wanted a big payday.
Yeah, and he got money.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
he got money.
I guess I just don't think you get. Sometimes you don't get as much attention.
Him to get more than that?
No, I just don't think you sometimes get as much attention when you re-sign as far as going elsewhere. So I was expecting him to want to go elsewhere and get that money and become and get his shot free agency.
Yeah, I'm happy though. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with it.
I'm not like 100%, but I'm happy.
It was a very good
he's
signing.
30, 31, but I'm cool with it. He's got those 3 years left in him. He'll play well. Let's get to one of my happiest free agent signings this year, at least. I mean, obviously Bryce Harper. That's a different sport.
Football.
Deshaun Jackson back in Philly. How great does it feel?
Trade, by the way.
Trade. Sorry. Trade. All right. Let's just detail. I got to detail it real quick. Trade by the Bucks along with a 2020 7th round pick in exchange for a 2019 6th round pick.
That's a steal, in my opinion.
Perfect fit, bro. Perfect fit. Offense needed another receiver. I mean, is Mike Wallace gone?
I think so. I know it was only a 1-year deal.
It was only a 1-year deal. He was hurt.
I think, I wouldn't have made that crazy effort to pay him if he wanted to come back for nothing.
Did he even play a game? Yeah, he played.
Nah, did he? I don't think he did, to be honest with you.
I don't think Mike Wallace played a game for the Eagles. I was excited for him to play, too. I think he got hurt in, training camp, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was leaving.
And it was funny because remember the practice we went to? He had that crazy catch to start it, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Because he was a beast in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I mean, not so much on Baltimore, but
he was in Baltimore, and I think he was in Miami. Was he in Miami? I think he was in Miami too.
Somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Either way, yeah, I was excited for that, but I think Deshaun Jackson gives the opportunity to stretch the field. Because they don't
100%.
have that. Alshon can't do that. Nelson can't do that.
I'm going to ask you that, though. Because I've heard this being talked about in multiple media outlets. Just because now we got Deshaun, is Aguilar gone?
There's a chance. But I don't think it's a necessity.
Yeah, I don't think
you can still put Aguilar in the slot.
Yeah, you have both.
And split Alshon or Jackson out wide.
Yeah.
Because that Jackson can get split out wide because he's got that speed.
I just don't think. I think Aguilar's already reached his ceiling, bro. I already think he's reached his ceiling. I can't.
Yeah, but do you have a problem with where his ceiling is right now?
He's okay.
Does he have to be? Does he have to be a top 3 wide receiver in the league?
Get rid of him and get another area that they need.
Okay, but then who's your third receiver on the field?
You got Alshon, Deshaun. Who are the other receivers?
Hollins, I think, would be probably next man up.
You know what? Matt Hollins was hurt for most of the year, right?
I would, in my opinion, I would keep Aguilar.
Is he? What's he got? One year left?
Yeah, I would keep him. The only way you do it is if somebody overpays in a trade. Yeah. If I'm the Eagles, I say, hey, we're listening, but we're not. We're not. Definite. We're not. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to go.
Right.
And if you don't get anything you don't love, just keep him and let him walk.
Yeah, I don't know. Something feels weird. I'm still having Nelson Aguilar, but still good, decent player. Let's talk about Malik Jackson real quick. I'm definitely happy about this. 3 years, $30 million for a defensive tackle. You get rid of Michael Bennett, you get Malik Jackson. I'm happy.
As I said earlier, Barnett coming back. That defensive front is getting back to being the scary front it was.
Exactly.
This Super Bowl year.
Howie Roseman.
Yes.
Still a great.
That guy's unbelievable, man. And how he works this cap. We went from, I think, what was the number? It was like very, very little to like 26, almost $27 million.
Right.
And we were under 10. I think we were at like 9 million, 8 million cap to spend.
I love it.
Damn near tripled the money to spend. And only lost. Really, what? Bennett? Who else did we lose?
Bennett. Jordan Hicks. That's another one we'll talk about right now. Let's get to it. Jordan Hicks, I mean, we expected him to go. He got.
How much did he get?
How much did he get? He was expected to sign a 4-year contract worth $36 million, includes $20 million guaranteed.
Not worth it.
You're not giving Jordan Hicks that much money.
He hasn't played a full year.
Did he even play last year?
He played a little bit spotty this year. And he plays well. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
And it's, 3 years in the league, and he just hasn't played a full season.
Right.
To me, that's not a guy worth paying that much money.
Right.
For a team in the position that the Eagles are in. Where'd he go? Arizona, it's a good move for them.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to rebuild, so you're getting a strong defensive player.
Right.
That... I like it it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah,
the Eagles didn't have to pay him. They didn't need him.
They'll get linebackers in the draft.
And
they'll look from free agency.
Well, while you're looking at your sheet, because I don't see it on mine yet, but I haven't gone that far down. Where did C.J. Mosley sign?
I don't know.
If you could find that for me, that'd be sweet.
C.J. Mosley.
Speaking of my favorite, and we'll get back to that just while you're looking that up. My favorite underrated player in the NFL, my guy, Tyrod Taylor. Double T.
The Chargers, right?
To the Chargers.
Hey. Yo, C.J. Mosley to get $85 million with New York Jets.
Yikes, that's a lot of money.
A lot of money. Holy
wow. Never mind, Eagles don't need to sign him. That's a lot of money to pay him.
Holy shit. 5 years, $85 million. $51 million guaranteed. Nah, we don't need to give him that much money.
No.
We're okay. We'll hang back.
I was just trying to think of linebackers that were sitting there. He was one.
I mean, Tevin Coleman, we just talked about that to the Niners. Right, that's another running back that the Eagles possibly could have looked at, but obviously he's with the Niners now. I'll just go through teams here. Seahawks, Michael Kendricks re-signed with Seattle.
Isn't he still getting investigated?
I guess. I thought if they would release him, he wouldn't be playing football, but he's on the Seahawks. Titans added Adam Humphries, wide receiver, 4-year deal worth $36 million. Cameron Wake signed a 3-year deal worth $23 million. Redskins, Landon Collins, that's one I want to talk about. Safety signed a 6-year deal. Stays in the NFC East.
That was one I wanted the Eagles to make a play on.
6-year deal worth $84 million.
2-time Pro Bowl, right? 2-time Pro Bowl.
Safety?
You can, but in that, I think you can slide Malcolm Jenkins to play corner to help your depth there.
I'd still keep Malcolm there. I'd say go for a corner in the draft or something. Plus, you're getting corners that are come back off injuries.
Yeah, but he's a lot younger than Jenkins. I think he's at 4 or 5 years.
I want to keep Jenkins there, bro. Jenkins is the leader of the team. Let him say it's safety.
I'm not saying take him off safety, but let him play corner.
You just said, all right, so you just said take him off safety. Let him play corner.
Yeah, I'm saying I meant don't take him off the field altogether. Just take him off safety.
But that's where he thrives. I'm leaving him there, all right?
Yeah, it wasn't like a need. It was just somebody I wouldn't have minded to see him, see if they can grab.
Case Keenum. also signed with the Redskins. His time in Denver didn't last long. That experiment didn't bode well.
He got great here, didn't he?
That was dumb of the Vikings to get rid of Keenum and get Cousins because obviously that didn't work out. That really did not.
I think they both got moved. No, I don't think so. I think he's getting too much money.
Kirk Cousins?
Right?
Keenum got. What? They traded him. They traded by the Broncos. I forget how much he was getting.
Dude,
he was getting a decent amount of money. He was.
Both
he had a good season in Minnesota the year before, man. I don't know why. Why would you see? Here's the thing, though, and I get it. I guess they looked at it and said, "Hey, we're not going to win with Case Keenum, so let's trade him." But you got the NFC Championship game. Build in other areas where you can get better.
Yeah.
Because they got worse. They got Kirk Cousins. Obviously, Kirk Cousins is probably a better quarterback than Case Keenum, but sometimes it's not all about that. Sometimes it's about the culture in the locker room and everything else, how they're playing with each other. You know what I mean? How he's in that offense. Because Kirk Cousins didn't work out. And obviously, it probably would have boded well to have Case Keenum. Might have made the playoffs. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. I think Case Keenum just got hot at the right time.
He had a good year, though. His quarterback rating was good that year, dude. He had a good year.
Get hot.
It was the whole year. It was the whole year.
I just think he got hot at the right time.
Yeah, whatever. Earl Thomas agreed to 4 years, $55 million with the Baltimore Ravens. Mark Ingram as well, running back, agrees 3 years,
It's another
$15
team.
million.
Are you committing? I guess you're committing to a rebuild. I guess they're in the right step. They got rid of all their older talent in Flacco. They don't really have any really old in the tooth. Suggs is gone.
Yeah, you can rebuild and still get big players, though.
No, I thought about it after
after
thinking about it. No, that's definitely a
You know what I mean, though? You can rebuild and still get good players. It doesn't, you know what I mean? But to spend so much money is one thing. But I'm cool with that. He gave Earl Thomas is one of the best safeties of all time. He gave him 4 years, $55 million. You know, a lot of money. You know, Mark Ingram 3 years, $15 million. I wanted the Eagles to try and possibly get Mark Ingram, but you know, I'm not mad at what the Eagles could still possibly get.
I don't think there's many big stars out there. I think they're all done.
Yeah, but I mean,
but let's get some solid building blocks and free agency.
C.J. Anderson's out there. Right?
Let's be honest. I'm not all for rebuilding a team in free agency. It never works. They spend all that money in free agency. They get
the Rams almost did it last year. They didn't rebuild, but they brought in a bunch of free agents. Sue, Talib, Aqib Talib, right? Cooks. They brought in a bunch.
Yeah,
they almost did it, bro.
That's a rare occasion.
I'm not saying that they.
No, you're right.
You have that side of the coin, and then you have the
Giants,
2012 Eagles,
and the Giants 3 years ago when they went and spent crazy money to rebuild that defense and get a star defense, and they won 4 games, I think.
Yeah, that side of the coin. Then you have the 8-8 Eagles that were Vince Young said the dream team. Remember that? So no. So you have that side of the coin.
The Rams, Eric Weddle. You see that? What's your thought on that? I don't understand why the Ravens got rid of Weddle and then
2 years, $12.5 million.
But they got rid of Weddle. And
I don't really know him like that. Is he a good player?
I think multi-time Pro Bowl. Man, I can't talk tonight.
Hey, you're tired. I know you are. You did a long week of work. I think we pretty much got to all the signings.
Let's see. Weddle's a big one. Let me see. Let me get through my list.
I mean, nothing really else to talk about.
No, we missed a big one, man. I just thought about it talking to you.
Latavius Murray to the Saints.
I just thought about it while you were talking. You mentioned the team. Well, can we talk about the Browns real fast?
Go ahead, yeah.
Because the Browns have quietly. Get the fuck quickly is the word I was meaning to say. Quickly flip the freaking.
They're the favorites to freaking win that division now, are they not?
Yeah, in my personal opinion, not a homer. I just think they're still young and we'll see how they play. As of now, on paper, they're better. But on paper, doesn't always transition to the field. And I think the big reason why I think the Steelers still are the favorites there.
Yo, Baker Mayfield, Kareem Hunt.
Well, Kareem probably won't play this year.
Oh, because
he'll probably be on the commission. Yeah, I'll probably get a year suspension.
What year suspension? You think?
Probably. He's he's on the exempt list still, I believe.
We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Let's say
either way, I just think Big Ben is too experienced in a weak division like that, because you can assume both.
Why haven't they done it the past couple years though?
They've won the division
except for last year. Okay, all right. Well, they've been declining.
So yeah, well, I think that
Ben's not getting any younger, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying.
Lost Antonio Brown, lost Le'Veon Bell.
What I'm saying though is them or the Browns. I think the Browns need a year of gelling before I'm going to sit here and say before I'm going to sit here and say that they're going to win that division. Next 2-3 years, yeah, that division is theirs. But
I'd say they're the favorites. That's just me, though. Who you got there? You got the Bengals, you got the Steelers, you got the Ravens, Browns. I got the Browns, dude.
I think they should.
They went from 0 wins to 7 wins, I believe.
I think they should. I think they're the best team on paper, like I said. Okay, maybe I should rephrase this. I will say this. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, I was going to ask you. So
if
you have the Steelers
still
win
that division.
Okay, if you know, so you have the Steelers win the division. Would you be surprised if the Browns won?
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. It's either of those teams.
And how many wins that division? I'd say 10 right now, bro. I'd say 10.
Yeah,
win that division.
Too.
I wouldn't. Browns
well, you
got to think
you're going to get 4 wins.
Ravens, though. Ravens are iffy because I want to see your boy.
Oh, that's scrub.
What's his name? I can't think of his name right
Lamar
now.
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Scrub.
I want to see that boy ball. That boy's going to ball. I mean, but like the Ravens are iffy, but like none of these teams are
the Ravens
really
and
good.
Bengals are 4 wins for both teams, so they'll both start out 4-0. Yeah. They should win both their division games. Yeah. Then let's assume they split their series or their games against each other. It's not baseball. I'd put them both. At that point, you're 5-1, and then you got to win 5 of your other games at least to win the division.
I don't know, man. I'd say Browns win the division right now, in a tight race, though. But we'll see. All right. Is that all we got today, bro?
Yeah, man. I don't see any stars.
Nothing else crazy, man.
I'm just gonna real fast talk about that bracket challenge.
Go ahead and talk about what you got to talk about.
So what we're gonna do? We did this last year. We're gonna do this year with a lot more interaction from you guys. So we're gonna run a bracket challenge for the NBA playoffs. Obviously, we can't really put this into motion until the playoffs are decided, the teams. But I'm gonna read you the breakdown of the rules. Not gonna go too in depth. They'll be posted to Instagram, and I'll put them out there more and more as the time gets closer. But we're going to be running a bracket challenge. Submit your bracket, who you think is going to win each series, how many games it's going to take for them to win the series. You'll have to predict the score, the difference in the score in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals game and the championship for tiebreaker purposes. The winner will get another the Instagram post like that we did for the Celebrity All-Star Game bracket, and you also get a gift card depending on who wins and where you're from, what the gift card is. Local people get Wawa gift cards because shout out to Wawa.
What about Sheets?
From that area.
Sheets? Yeah,
you're from that area.
Well, I mean, you're a Steelers fan too. So
I'll get you a Visa gift card. You spend it where you want.
Facts. All right, I think that's all we got, bud.
Yeah.
Until next time. I don't know what's happening next week, but something will happen.
I think
we be getting closer to baseball season, motherfucker.
Not Mike
what?
Trout. Bryce Harper. Man,
hopefully Mike Trout
tired.
soon.
I gotta go to bed.
That's all right, yeah, we're out of here.
I'm over here, Mike Trout.
Until next week, thank you for everybody for listening to Sports Dummies.